Hello,
and welcome to
Father and Son Tractors presents Fun with Tractors. Woo!
How?
Hey, I'm Heather.
I am Tobias.
And this is Teddy the supervisor.
Oh no, mouth lickies.
Let's put him down.
We don't need supervising today.
Yeah.
So today we're going to be talking about Farmall tractors. I don't have a model of one, so we're going to put one right here.
Bing.
Hey, you remember to say bin?
Really
Where do you want it?
Anywhere.
Just here. Okay. He's going to start scratching.
They're lovely little things.
They're lovely little red tractors.
So they're the same as an international harvester, or
I think it's all much of the same. I got a feeling it started as international harvester, then it went international Farmall.
Right.
And
it was like 1930s to 50s.
Or vice versa. International Farmall went to international harvester, and then Case assumed the IH brand to form Case IH.
Anyway, they're the little red vintage things that we all know and love. And I think it became like the second most popular tractor in the whole of North America at the time, in like the late 40s, 50s.
Golly,
just a quick search.
Yeah, so can I assume you've got a fun fact?
I have got a fun fact. So Chris Hadfield, astronaut, musician, commander of the International Space Station, fighter pilot, book author, he's got one.
He's got a Farmall.
He's got a Farmall.
Gosh,
oh my gosh.
If only we could talk to Chris Hadfield.
Oh, wait. We did! We've got an exclusive interview with Commander Chris Hadfield about his Farmall
Model A. Here we go. Thank you very much for being with us today. We know you're busy, so we'll keep this brief. You're more formally known as an astronaut from the ISS, a commander of the ISS, and an Air Force pilot as well.
And musician.
Yeah. And we're going to bring you right back down to earth and talk about your little vintage tractor. So for a start, why the tractor? Why do you need a tractor?
I'm a farm kid. I grew up on a farm. We grow grain. We had in Canada, we use acres, and we were growing corn, which is called maize in some parts of the world, and wheat, and earlier on barley and oats, but mostly corn and beans now. And at the peak, we had about 500 acres. And my dad grew up with Farmall tractors. My dad was born in 1934, and he grew up with Farmall primarily. And so that's what we had. And I think my dad just passed away recently, but I think he has 35 Farmall tractors.
Wow.
And everything from the littlest one, Farmall A, right up through W9, pretty good sized big V8 engines on some of the larger hauling tractors. But his theory was to run a farm, if you've got a bunch of kids and a bunch of friends of kids' labor, then you need as many tractors working as you can, rather than all tied up with just one big tractor, because if it breaks down, your whole operation stops. And so that's how I grew up, driving Farmall tractors like the one you saw in the video.
Wow. So you are a Farmall fan then, can we safely assume? Yeah.
I mean, have you ever owned any other kind of tractors? Or, I mean, imagine you could have any tractor in the whole world. If you could, would you stick with Farmall, or are there any others that interest you find fascinating?
Well, I've had little sort of oversized lawn tractors, John Deere and Cub Cadet, which is basically sort of international Farmall, that sort of design. But no, I really love the simplicity of those tractors. The beauty of the one in the video and the other ones that are her sisters in the barn is it's hard to make a simpler pulling machine. It's hand start. You can hand crank it. It's just, gravity fed gas, and you can turn it on and off and adjust the choke quickly. And it couldn't be a more simple, proven, easy design just to rapidly get going. And so, yeah, we have those tractors in a bunch of different applications. And as my dad got older, he got a Kubota tractor, Japanese made, just because as his arthritis got stronger, the tractor got easier and easier to operate, which has some advantages, sort of like a tractor combined with a wheelchair. But But no, I love that tractor. And the W4, I think, is my favorite. A Farmall W4 is just a great, it's got a high road gear for zipping from farm to farm. And it's just a great small utility tractor. And when I was a little boy, I rode with my grandpa on his W4.
Oh, wow.
And so that, there's a nostalgic feel to being on a
Yeah.
W4 for me as well.
Yeah, so the W4 is sentimental to you specifically then. Yes. Oh,
Yeah,
wow, gosh.
and it's a great tractor. Don't
And
get
it's
me
a
wrong.
great, no, indeed, no. Well, all the Farmall range. A friend of mine down in Sparkford here in England is a huge Farmall fan, and all the sort of subsequent international tractors that look really similar, and the Model Bs, and yeah, so
Yeah.
yeah, they're great tractors. So when you say you have a whole host of Farmalls, and you use them on the farm, are they? Do the farmers you have, do they have enough grunt to pull sort of the harvesting equipment and things, or because they're small, aren't they? The one I've seen of yours, the Model A, I think it is quite a little tractor.
Yeah. Yeah, the A is just used here where I am for cutting grass, and it comes with a really great mower attachment on the back, or this one actually on the front, and then built a sort of a deck on the back so you can haul stuff, and so it's got an integral mower built in with big tough blades and a nice simple drive, and so it does a great job. And we cut some rough paths with it, and there's no other tractor here where we are right now that you can count on to go and cut those paths. So it's really good for that application. And then to each its own purpose. If you get right up to the W9, then you can have a lot of grunt and you can pull some heavy things. But also, it kind of depends on the size and the layout of your fields. Beyond a certain size, implements get unwieldy, and hauling them from farm to farm. And there's a definite, as you know, a unity between the tractor and the implement that it's pulling. And we just found for the type of operations we were running, it was really optimal to have a bunch of little tractors. Plus, it was my dad's joy. And once a year, my dad would get all of his tractors out of the barn and line them all up and get all of them running. Like, I don't even know, 25 or 30 tractors, something like that. And from early ones, before they even had rubber wheels. And his newest one would be the 1950s sometime. And get them all running, and then a bunch of people that had an interest in that type of thing would come by, and there'd be hundreds of people walking in amongst all his old tractors at the farm.
Bless.
Really was
And
fun with
he
tractors
named
at its best.
Yes.
he had definite fun with tractors, and he named the farm after a farm that he'd seen in England, actually. His farm, the property is sort of shaped like the letter Z. It's got one big block, a little line joining, and then another block. So like a big fanciful Z. And so he called the farm Maysmore, flat land. And so I grew up at Maysmore, and Maysmore and a red Farmall tractor is synonymous with my childhood.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
I mean, do your wife and children get involved with it? Do they enjoy all that, or are they sort of more into the
Just
modern
watch Dad
stuff?
play with tractors.
Well, my kids have all driven tractors, and both my granddaughters, actually my younger granddaughter who lives in Dublin, she just arrived here day before yesterday, so I've yet to drive on a tractor with her, but that'll be coming soon.
Oh, bless.
That's really cool.
I am curious though, Chris, given how incredibly adventurous your life has been, do you find agriculture, and particularly these little vintage tractors, somewhat grounding and sort of therapeutic in a way?
I think your entire life can be grounding and therapeutic, just depending how you choose to take a breath and how you choose to notice what's happening around you. And I've flown, I don't know, 100 different types of airplanes, and I was a combat fighter pilot and a test pilot, and then flew as part of the space shuttle flight crew twice, and was the pilot of a Russian Soyuz and commanded a spaceship. But those are very technical things, but it's also allows you to see and experience the world in an unprecedented way. And so even though it may be highly technical, it is also extremely grounding. To go around the world in 90 minutes is humbling, but also hugely perspective building, and it's sort of like the ultimate tractor. And then I've flown Spitfires as well, the World War II fighter Spitfire. It's got that huge V12 up front, the Merlin engine, which I just referred to that engine as a tractor. It's just this huge, powerful motor that is just pulling that beautiful airplane through the air like nothing else. And so I get that same feeling of human creativity, where we have developed the metallurgy and the engineering and the chemistry that we can somehow harness power in order to allow us to do something that otherwise would be impossible. And I get the same feeling whether I'm flying an airplane, a spaceship, or a Farmall Model A.
Wow, that's so inspiring. I love your philosophy, and I love the fact that you like to share information, but also that idea of your worldview that everything can be sort of meaningful and mindful, which is fantastic. Well, I won't keep it much longer, but I wondered what your next adventure is, whether that's on Earth or in the sky.
Or on a tractor.
Or on a tractor.
Well, I've just written my 6th book, and so I'll be doing a book tour. I write thriller fiction, and the latest one's called Final Orbit, and it comes out in October. So that's it's actually quite an adventure to write a thriller fiction book and then to go around and talk with people. And then I've just done a speaking tour across the UK and Ireland and Australia, and I'll be doing a speaking tour across Central Europe in November, December. I'll be doing another speaking tour across the UK in a year and a half, so looking forward to that. And what else on my adventures? I tour and play with a band, and we're doing a concert here in a few weeks, so that'll be fun. And we're writing a young adult book from 10 to 15-year-olds on how not to be afraid and how to lead a successful life, and that book will be coming out next spring. And then I help a bunch of companies succeed, and I run a big international technology incubator, looking primarily at space technologies, but other technologies. But it all starts with just straight mechanical engineering and basic electrics, and so the lessons you learn maintaining and operating a simple, fun tractor, they apply to everything. And everything that I do when I'm writing about spaceships or helping people design new spaceships, to me, it's all one and the same. And I'm just glad that they're all connected.
Excellent. Amazing. Well, thank you so much for all of that, Chris. We do really appreciate it here. Just one last little favour, if I may. It's my son Rowan's 16th birthday this month, and he's a huge fan. He loves aviation, space, and you. Would you be so kind as to wish him a happy birthday, please?
His name's Rowan.
Rowan.
Sure, I will indeed. Rowan, 16 is a big age. It opens lots of doors for you and increasing adult responsibility, and it's a great threshold to get over. So I wish you a very happy 16th birthday, Rowan.
Oh, thank you very much.
Thank
Chris,
you so much for your time.
Legend.
Send some of that sunshine over here.
We need it.
Pop in for a cup of tea if you're in the UK next time. We'll hopefully come and catch you on one of your tours, and best of luck with everything. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Lovely to talk with you both, and thank you for honoring the fine engineering that is all of the tractors that have been built.
Absolutely.
Take care.
Absolutely. Thank you, Chris. Have a lovely day.
One last thing. Since my dad just passed away, and he had 35 vintage tractors, that means there are 35 beautiful vintage tractors on the market here in Southern Ontario, just in case anybody's looking for one.
Hey,
I'm going to send you an email.
We'll definitely, we'll be in touch.
I'll get one shipped.
Thank you, Chris.
Thanks,
have a lovely day.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
So
I'm still in shock.
I know.
In shock.
I can't believe it.
He's so. What I love about Chris is he look. There are lots of astronauts, but he has really taken the time to sort of spread his sort of it's not an ideology, just the way that he relates all his adventures and being in space to the human condition, and how just what he was talking about
to gain perspective of the situation. I mean, so to clarify, the term, the statement, there's lots of astronauts, in the scheme of things, there isn't.
No, there aren't.
It's
There
quite
aren't,
a
but
unique
to
career.
me, yes.
But out of all the available astronauts, he's
really
a very wise, very down to earth,
very-
genuine character.
Absolutely.
And has tractors for sale. And I am going to try and get one here. I haven't run this by
It's
you.
so cool.
Is that okay?
Yeah, well, yeah. I was going to try to surprise you.
Oh, really? I'm not going to try and get one here.
No, it's too late. Too late now. So if you're interested, drop a comment below or message us. We can't say we'll definitely manage to get you
we
one,
can
but-
relay.
Yeah. Well, what I was interested in is if you've been following the podcast, you might know about or just following us on our socials, you might know about the mission that Toby is undertaking to rescue an international harvester. Bottom of the ocean near the Solomon Islands. They're going to we'll do a bigger podcast about that specifically. But if you've been following these socials, and I said, wouldn't it be cool if we could lift a tractor from the bottom of the ocean and send it up to space? So, Chris, if you're watching this, which I hope you are,
let's.
How do we make that happen?
Well, they got a Tesla into space with a little dummy pretending to drive it or something, didn't they?
How cool would that be? It would have travelled the furthest.
It would be the only vehicle to ascend those both depths and heights.
That's true.
And the greatest distance travelled, I guess.
Well, I don't know because you could go round and round the earth. I don't know if any tractors have done that.
It will carry on going. It doesn't just go to space and stop, and they won't put it into orbit to float around us. It'll leave, and it will be the most. At some point, it will hit a parsecs worth of travel and just be millions of miles. Yeah. So yeah, let's try and make that happen.
I mean, huge thanks to Chris.
Huge thanks to
Chris. And sorry to hear of your dad's passing, and just how lovely to have such lovely memories of him on the farm. And I hope that you did get to drive your tractor with your granddaughter when she came over.
Absolutely. And the sun is now shining here. Thank you.
So that's really cool.
If you've liked this podcast, follow, subscribe. As with all of our podcasts, we are supporting the Farming Community Network. If you are suffering with your mental health, you're struggling with your bookkeeping, or understanding any of the latest agricultural bills or practices, give them a call. Could you BIM and Slider some details for us?
BIM!
Yeah. Nice. Oh, that was a grindy slide. Give them a call. They're a great bunch, and they're big fans of ours, and we're big fans of theirs. So yes. Thank you.
And
there we
didn't do anything too naughty.
No.
Apart from barking all the way through the interview.
Why did I go whoop whoop?
I don't know. I also did that.
Should we re-record?
No.
No.
That's so funny.